Alec, it's not fun to know the people that you like want to see you suffer and suffer no longer. She's out of the game.
Out of this game. She's out of here. Get off my island, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Candace got voted out last time. And it's been a hot minute since we've
Yeah,
recorded.
since
So
we've recorded, there's
gotta,
been, yeah, it's been 3 weeks since we've recorded the Survivor episode.
yeah.
So,
Oh, did you hear that?
yeah.
Yeah, that was even God does God's upset with us that it took so long for us to record again.
Survivor.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help it that my internet died for a whole week. So that was a nightmare, but no
It's
longer.
nice to be back to it. I mean, we're only a couple episodes away from the finale of Survivor Cook Islands here, so
I know it's coming. It's coming quick. Get down to the nitty gritty.
So previously, you had your power rankings, which were Yule, Becky, Ozzy, Sundra, Jonathan, Adam, and Poverty at the bottom. So will we rid the island of poverty this episode or not? Let's see.
Forever, who knows? It's hard to say, really. But Jonathan was getting real cocky in the last episode. He was really
right. So they pitched to them basically like, look, you can just take us out one at a time after, but please just vote Jonathan out before us. Come on. Throw us a bone.
Please.
And they did not throw them a bone.
No, they did not.
I don't know. I don't know if they're just like threatened by Candace, you know. I guess Candace was always their first target because I guess she's the best at challenges there. So, strike while they can.
I guess so.
Because, yeah, I guess, you know, it's always possible you let someone slip a little too much. They could just win a bunch in a row if you're not careful.
Yeah. It happens. It has happened before, and it will certainly happen again.
So, all right, what do you say? We get into the episode.
Let's do it.
Let's
go.
As always, click the link in the description to see the highlights of our reaction. Come back afterwards for the discussion. All right?
That was some of the worst lying I believe I've seen in Survivor in a very, very long time. I will say that.
Right. No one even like cared to even put on a fake smile or anything. It's just
they didn't even bother to try.
The vibes were off.
They're just
from
like,
the jump.
we're just done. They just ignored it. Yeah.
The vibes were off from the jump, and then just let it stay that way. That's crazy. But yeah, Jonathan's been voted out finally. He squeezed by every other situation.
Like so long ago.
Ozzy won immunity.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had this old reward before then where it was family members involved. Parvati and her dad won that challenge. She exiled Jonathan, and I guess that was kind of like the nail in the coffin for him. Because then
it was just this is kind of a weird episode in general. I feel like because normally for the person that's getting voted off, especially if they've been like such a key player, there's always a lot of time devoted to them. And with Jonathan, it was like there really wasn't. There was like a bit at the beginning when he came back to camp, and then it was like the end because he knew he was on the hot seat.
Well, I mean,
that was about it.
He was exiled apparently for multiple days. It sounded like 3 days, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. So, 2 or 3 days, at least 2.
They just, I don't know if it was literally the time without him where they were able to kind of, show him what it's like without him, and since they have the numbers, theoretically, it wouldn't matter. So it's like, oh, maybe we could lose him, and they kind of won him over in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, but then there was also the weird, like, they made, like, this big deal about it before the commercial break. Like, oh, we're not going to feed them anymore. That's like feeding our competition. We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Immediately they come back and give them food, and they're like, oh, I guess we're not doing that anymore. I was like...
Because,
Why even bring it up? I was like, what is the point of this? What is stupid? I mean, I guess that's one way to show to the audience, like, yeah, they're gonna get rid of Jonathan because they can't actually be a cold player like he is. They can't be a real gamer, like really go into it. It's like they let their feelings get a little bit. Yule's like the only one that seems to me to be able to sort of cut some of those out sometimes, and he's able to sort of play the game in a little bit more of a logical kind of chess master.
Even he's not like cutthroat. He's like, I feel like I'm the Godfather arranging a hit, and I don't know if I really like that. He's the hesitant Godfather.
Yeah. So now we have just all these young hot people left. Much.
I mean, we were gonna now that Jonathan's gone, right?
Now that Jonathan's gone, we
got all
the hot
been adding
people.
in the non-young hot people diversity for a while.
The non-young hot people. That's right. Yeah. No, but that's all we got. All we got now. So, so let's go.
It's in the final six. Final six.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was, but it was just, yeah. I don't know. It was kind of that, like with that being part of it too, and. This is kind of a weird episode to me. I don't know. It was very, very strange.
He just came back and the vibes were off. It's so interesting how the perception of Jonathan changed so much since the beginning. He was just like, he seemed like getting along with people in the beginning and was, just part of the fold. And then he quickly I guess after flipping 2 times, then it became like, he was like the thorn in everyone's side. They couldn't stand him.
Sure, it's probably not like this. It's not. It is not the smartest decision to do that so constantly. But at the same time, you have to appreciate that he's trying. He's trying to move the game forward. He's not just moving. Candace did, or she literally just moved so she could be with Adam, more or less. Or with her, it was really with her old alliance. She wanted to be with her old alliance again.
Yeah.
And that made some sense. And Jonathan did it, I think, because he realized that if they lost, he would be he'd be done, basically. But I don't know.
But I mean, I remember Yule had him in final 3 plans.
He did, yeah. At one point. It
would be interesting to see the alternate reality where he just stuck with them, see if that would have panned out or not for them.
Well, they may have won that immunity challenge again, so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And they would just have a little more numbers. Yeah.
Yeah. Hard to say exactly. But, I mean, the family members showed up. It was Jonathan's wife and then everyone else's mom or dad, and they had a feast. They didn't really do a lot with that. The most emotional part of it was when they were being introduced. There wasn't any real emotional moments of them leaving or anything like that, and so that was kind of weird too. Where it was like, okay, they're just gone now,
right.
I guess.
Yeah, they should have been having fun going in the cave and whatnot, and
the cave stuff. The village was very cool. I like that part. Poverty nearly chopped her thumb off. I thought that was going to play into the episode more, but it really didn't at all.
It just seems like there's
kind of an excitement.
Not much going on. It's
That's it. Yeah, it's weird because it's like it's almost like from the beginning. It's like, this is the episode Jonathan gets voted off. What do we do? Well, he gets thrown to Exile Island. I don't know. We'll just throw some. Quick, they were doing that thing where they were gonna hide food. Put that in there, even though they didn't do anything, but it's exciting.
Yeah.
So
it's like it was exciting to get to this point, but then now it's like, all right, well, we kind of know where everybody stands here. So we're all just kind of chilling. There's probably not heavily strategizing at this point too much.
It didn't really feel like it, right? Jonathan was like the main guy who was really planning out every move. Yule to an extent, but he is the idol to fall back on. So he doesn't have to. He's planning to a degree, but he's not masterminding it. So it just feels like we're stuck with a bunch of people from Survivor season 1 to a degree. It's not nearly that we're just here to have fun, but there is still a strong element of that that's there.
Yules doesn't want to be straight out of The Godfather.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't want to be. Like he's almost straight out of The Godfather.
He's like, I got that from the Godfather. So,
But I mean, Yule's is cool though. He's
oh
cool.
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love
It's
Yule's
almost
my,
like
yeah.
he at this point where he's at, he's positioned well. It's like he doesn't have to like
Yeah.
overly do a lot of work right
Well,
now.
that's
He's
what I mean.
kind of set in stone for now.
That's what I mean. He's like the logician of
Yeah.
sort of the group now. But like, what does that leave us with on the other side? It's just like happy fun times with Adam and poverty.
Yeah, they're just chilling.
Yeah, it's just like, okay.
But
And it's like that to me is like, okay, I understand not liking John. I understand you not trusting him and wanting to get rid of him. But keeping Adam around, who's a strong threat in challenges, I think keeping him around longer is dangerous. I think it's more dangerous to keep Jonathan around, who you could arguably beat in challenges, and you just vote him off next time.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I that you could. I mean, obviously they went this way. They thought this was the best way to ease tensions at camp or
It
whatever.
might have honestly been a gesture towards Adam and Parvati too, just like how Adam pitched it to him.
Yeah.
They were like, well, at this point, it doesn't matter. We would appreciate us going further at least.
Hey, remember, we brought food back for you. So,
yeah.
You know, this is a game where you always have to repay favor for a favor. Even your enemy, you have to repay them. You always have to. You know, that's part of the rules of the game.
It's like
this is also the episode where they were literally saying we're not going to feed them anymore. Like, and then not 30 seconds later they were like, nah, never mind. We feel bad.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't even do it, we didn't even mention it that they were going to do such a thing to them. Yeah.
But it's like Jonathan was not. He had no winner prospects for a long time now. It feels like he's just.
Yeah.
He's like, let me do what I can to stay another day, but it's like there was no way they were gonna let him win in the end, even if he made it there.
Right.
After that first flip, after the first mutiny, it was like an uphill battle from there, and then
it really was.
The second flip, it was like, okay, you're definitely not. It's definitely not happening. But
I think another reason he did it there because he thought he and Candace were like a thing, but then Candace was like, no, I have the hots for Adam. That's all I care about in this game.
But like, Yeah. All right.
That's it. That's the episode, really.
Who would you give your MVP to for the episode?
I mean, I'd want to give it to Jonathan, but he didn't do anything because he was barely in the episode, so I can't give it to him.
He did make a couple fun faces and like expressions and.
It's true. He did almost trip when he was coming back. That was pretty funny. Can I give it to Jonathan's dad?
Jonathan's dad.
Not Jonathan's dad. Adam's dad.
Jonathan's dad somewhere. Adam's
Is
dad.
He somewhere? I don't know.
If you can name his dad.
I can't.
I can't.
His dad's name was like Poverty's dad said it. Like Craig or something like that, but I don't think that's it.
No, and then Adam said it too. He like said I call him that because he's like my friend.
Yeah.
I forget what it was.
Oh.
George.
It's George.
Is it George?
It was George. George is not the MVP. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was very entertained by the fact that he literally looked exactly like Adam. It was very, very funny. I didn't really like anything in this.
I'm gonna give it the reward. Ozzy won immunity.
Ozzy. I'm gonna give it to Ozzy. Ozzy for just dominating in the waves. And he also put down Johnny Blue Eyes.
Johnny Blue Eyes.
Why did he write that down? I don't know. But I kind of love it. Why did he do that? I don't understand it, but that's what I'm going with.
All right.
So.
All right, good job, Ozzy.
Good job.
And now your power rankings for the final 6.
Yule, Becky, Ozzy, Sundra, Adam, Poverty.
Poverty.
Parvati.
Oh my goodness. I've been writing.
Parvati.
I write poverty every time you say it.
You read
on the
That's
episode on the episode I just edited, I did put just poverty straight up. That is what you ranked. Poverty's right at the bottom of the list, you know.
Yeah, that's
You don't wanna
true.
root for
She
poverty.
deserves to be down there. Yeah, who wants to root
Put 'em
for
at the
poverty?
bottom.
Only sickos, if you ask me.
Right.
But yeah, that's it. That's the
So this for
episode.
this week's episode of Cook Islands. Next week, episode 14. Otherwise known as the episode before the finale. We're almost there.
Yeah,
We're almost there, folks. So
Kinda
strap
crazy.
in. What video would you recommend our viewers watch after this one?
you should go check out the 13th episode of Survivor. Palau.
Survivor Palau. What happened on the 13th episode of Survivor Palau?
That was where the Tom starts strong-arming people, and Ian won and picked Tom,
Right.
and then Tom's now in, and then Ian and Katie have a college tiff, is what I called it in there. That was a great episode. I like that episode
The
a
one
lot.
where he's on the sand.
Yeah,
Gets
where he
down on
like
the
flops
sand.
down on the ground. Yeah, it's just like I feel that, man. I feel you. And then Tom is like, it's the gas. I think that's the gaslighting. He starts being like, "No, you know what this is.
This is the
It's the way it
gaslighting
is."
king.
Yeah.
Tom's
Yeah,
still
then
my
Kay's like,
gaslighting
Tom's-
king, baby.
Tom
goat.
sucks today.
Tom sucks
wins.
today.
Tom wins. Tom wins. That's like every episode. Tom wins.
That's my goat,
Um,
baby. Tom.
Tom wins.
All
Pretty
right now.
freaking epic. All right. Anyway.
Well, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, like the video, leave a comment, and if you do, be sure to read it in the next episode of the Tarqaron podcast. All right, click the link in the description for our social media and hit that notification bell.
All right.
All right now.